Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the BFA class review series. My name is Mr. Couchy, and I will lay out for you some of the changes affecting Subtlety rogues heading into battle for Azeroth. Although we are close to the end of beta and into the pre-patch, some of this is still subject to change, so don't take everything said here as law. Sub-rogues were so bloody fun in Legion. Death from above enabled you to A, look amazingly cool, and B, do some sick damage. Your specialized single target burst damage on a boss with a large AoE pack allowed for bosses to melt at your feet. Their utility was overpowered with feint spamming and shroud dodging, and had one of the more interesting rotations in the game. Let's see how they feel going into BFA. Bleeds and poisons from Hunter, Rogue, and Warrior were the only overtime effects not affected by haste, which is being changed in Battle for Azeroth. Feint, you perform an evasive maneuver, reducing damage taken from AoE attacks by 40% for 5 seconds, and the cooldown has been changed from none to 15. Shadow's Grasp, Backstab, Shadow Strike, and Shuriken Storm reduce the enemy's movement speed by 30% for 8 seconds. Your Nightblade, a finishing move that infects the target with shadowy energy, dealing shadow damage over time and reducing the effectiveness of healing on the target by 20%, and it lasts longer per combo point. You also deal 15% increased damage to enemies afflicted by your Nightblade. Shadow Blades, you draw upon surrounding shadows to empower your weapons, causing your combo point generating abilities to generate 1 additional combo point and deal 50% additional damage as Shadow for 20 seconds. Shadow Dance allows use of stealth abilities and grants all of the combat benefits of stealth for 5 seconds. The effect is not broken from taking damage or attacking. Shadow Techniques, your auto attacks have a chance to generate 1 combo point and 8 energy. Shuriken Combo, Shuriken Storm increases the damage of your next Eviscerate by 5% for each enemy hit beyond the first, stacking up to 5 times. And finally, Shuriken Storm sprays shurikens at all targets within 10 yards, dealing physical damage. Damage is increased by 50% while Stealth or Shadow Dance is active, and awards 1 combo point plus an additional 1 per target hit. The nerf to Shuriken Storm was expected, but the addition of the 30% slow to all targets is handy when needing to kite mobs in dungeons. Some of your talents have been changed as well. Anticipation, Death from Above, Master of Subtlety, and Tangled Shadow have all been removed, with the only exception being Death from Above, which is now an honor talent for all specs. Find Weakness, your Shadow Strike and Cheap Shot abilities reveal a flaw in your target's defenses, causing all of your attacks to bypass 40% of the enemy's armor for 10 seconds. Night Terrors, Shuriken Storm reduces enemy movement speed by 30% for 8 seconds. Secret Technique, finishing move that creates shadow clones of yourself. You and your shadow clones each perform a piercing attack on all enemies near your target, dealing physical damage to the primary target and reduced damage to others. The cooldown is reduced by 1 second for every combo point you spend. This talent could look way cooler. Naruto will be displeased with what it is. Shuriken Tornado, you focus intently, then release a Shuriken Storm every second for the next 4 seconds. Shot in the Dark, after entering Stealth or Shadow Dance, your next cheap shot is free. A couple of your other talents have been changed. Alacrity is, your finishing moves have a chance per combo point to grant 2% haste for 20 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Dark Shadow, while Shadow Dance is active, all damage you deal is increased by 25%. Shadow Focus, abilities cost 25% less energy while Stealth or Shadow Dance is active. Soothing Darkness, you heal for 3% of your max health every second while Stealth or Shadow Dance is active. And finally, Weapon Master, Shadow Strike and Backstab have a 15% chance to hit the target twice each time they deal damage. Luckily for sub-rogues, not much is changing for them in terms of gameplay, albeit it's somewhat slower. The general theme of converting AoE situations into more single target damage with Shuriken Storm combo points and Shuriken Combo is pretty cool, and makes sub feel somewhat special. Seeing DFA shifted into an honor talent is a sad thing to see, as you won't be able to see your sub friends leaping into the air mid-raid. But Shadow Technique will make up for it in the coolness department. How did you think Subtlety felt in Legion, and how do you think it will perform in BFA? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for sticking around, like and subscribe, and in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.